All right, but I can't stress enough to you the importance of knowing the difference between these two. All right, so let's highlight these again. All right, so if the two lines have the exact same slope, what does that mean? Yeah, they're parallel. Yeah, they're parallel. Okay? If the slopes are the same numbers but upside down and one's negative, they're perpendicular. Okay, and what does perpendicular mean? Well, they're not equal, we know that. It means the lines are 90 degrees, right? Okay. Now, when we compare lines, Cash, when we compare lines, ants, you watching? You writing? Okay. You okay with that? Shh. Okay? The only thing you look at is you look at slope. That's the only thing we look at, is the slope of the line. Slope is what determines parallel or perpendicular, so don't even worry about the intercept or anything else. Look at the slope. That's what you have to look at. Okay? Now, if you can't see the slope because the equation is not in the right format, put the equation in the proper format so you can see the slope. Okay? If it's not there, solve for it. We've talked about that a number of times. We're going to talk about it again today. Okay? You're going to be given, we'll talk about it. Okay, so, now if you're given ordered pairs, and you're going to have ordered pairs, use the slope formula to find the slope, so you can compare it. Okay? So we're only interested in looking at the slope. How many times do I got to say that before you figure that out? We don't want to look at anything else except the slope. Right? Okay. Alright, so number one. Here's my three lines. I want to compare these three lines and find out if they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So what do I got to look at? The slope. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's look at these. See, this one's not in slope-intercept form. I don't know the slope yet. I'll have to go find that one. This one, I know the slope because it's in slope-intercept form. Slope's right here. Slope is 4/3. That one's easy. We got the M. Okay, that one was easy. The third line, oh, it's close. Let's do that one right now. Because this one's close. Because the y's, all I do is divide by 3, right? So divide that by 3, divide that by 3, divide that by 3. That means my slope is 4/3.
Wait.
Right? Yeah, if it's y equals, it's in slope-intercept form. Then we can find the slope. Okay, that's why it's called slope-intercept form, right here. Right? Okay, so this top equation is going to take a little bit more work. Right, Noah? Okay, so write it down. 6x minus 8y equals 8. Solve for y. Got the chatter. Okay, so here we go. Got to get the y alone. So minus 6x on both sides. I get negative 8y equals negative 6x plus 8. Okay? Again, these are not like terms. Do not add these together. Okay? Come back to my y. Divide by negative 8. Okay? Now, a lot of people have trouble with these, so just be careful, okay? Number one, and I have two signs, both two negative signs, that means this is positive answer. So this is going to be positive y. Two negative signs, one top, one bottom, that means it's going to be positive. And 6/8 reduces down to 3/4. So it's positive 3/4 with an x. Okay? Then, of course, one negative sign with a positive and negative, that makes a negative answer. And 8 divided by 8 is 1. Okay? So the slope of this line is what? Slope of that line is 3/4. Okay, now we got to compare. Now, we're looking at lines 1 and line 2. So line 1 is 3/4, line 2 is 4/3. Are they parallel lines? Are they perpendicular? No. Okay, why are they not perpendicular? Yeah, they're both positive. Gentlemen, hey, both these are positive, even though they're already reciprocals, they're both positive. So that means they're not perpendicular. So these are neither one right here. Okay? They're not parallel. These two are not, 1 and 2 are not parallel. They're not the exact same. Okay? I'm not down there yet. What about 1 and 3? Okay, same thing as 1 and 2, right? So these two are neither also. Now, 2 and 3 are the exact same slope, therefore they are parallel. That's all we're doing today. Look at the slopes, compare the slopes, get the answer. Okay. Alright, so if it's perpendicular, it's got to be negative 3/4 and positive 4/3. They got to be opposite signs. Opposite sign, one's positive, one's negative. Okay, and they got to be flipped over. Okay, that's perpendicular. All right. Okay, remember that? Okay. All right, any questions on that problem? Okay, so guys, they're going to make you solve at least one question for slope-intercept form. The second one will probably be an easy one if you have to do it at all. Sometimes you won't do it at all, but at least one question would be slope-intercept form. You guys take from standard to slope-intercept. That's that critical skill we've talked about a dozen times. You need to make sure not to do that. You cannot see the slope in standard form. You don't know where it's at. Okay? So don't try. All right, next page. All right, now, we don't have equations this time. What we have now is points on a line. These are called ordered pairs. Okay? I still got to compare the slopes. So I guess I'm going to have to use slope formula to get these slopes. Okay? So, first one. This is x1. This is y1. This is x2. This is y2. So my slope formula says take y2, which is 4, minus y1, which is negative 8. Divide that by x2, which is negative 1, minus negative 5. Do the math. So when I have a double negative, that means add. So 4 plus 8 is 12. Negative 1 plus 5 is 4. That slope is 3. So the slope of line 1 is, why is that confusing? What's 12 divided by 4? Anybody know why it's not confusing anymore? Okay. Now, I'm not going to put 3 over 1. I'm just going to put the 3, okay? So, I'm not graphing these. It could be 3 over 1 or just 3, right? But I'm not graphing it, so I don't need the 1. Okay? Just 3 will work, yes. Okay? Alright, now, I'm going to do the second one a little bit different slope. Okay? Okay, here's my rise. From 7 to 1. If I'm at 7, I go down to 1, what happens? I went down 6. You okay with that? Okay. If I'm at 2 and I go down to 0, I've gone down 2. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is 3. So my slope on line 2 is 3. I'm just showing you different ways to find slope. Okay? I like that way a lot faster. Okay? I think that's the faster way to find slope. Does the same job. So this is kind of archaic, but I still know how to do it. Okay, here we go. Next one. Negative 3 up to 7, or down to negative 7. Negative 3 down to negative 7 goes down 4. That's correct. From 6, negative 6 to positive 6. Up 12. Okay? Okay, so my slope on this one is negative 1/3, right? Okay. Comparing slopes then. Line 1 and line 2. Well, line 1 is 3 over 1. Line 2 is 3 over 1. These are the exact same slopes, 1 and 2. Therefore, they are parallel. Line 1 and line 3. Well, line 1 slope is 3. Line 3 slope is negative 1/3. These are exact opposite reciprocals, so these are perpendicular. Now, if you follow the logic, if 1 and 2 are parallel, and 3 is perpendicular to 1, then 3 has to be perpendicular to 2 also. Okay? Questions on that? With that? Now, understand this. Guys, you can have all 3 of them be parallel. All 3 can be perpendicular. You can have all 3 of them be neither. You can have nice big combinations of all different mixes. Okay? So don't get locked in on one. Okay? Don't get locked in that one has to be parallel, one has to be perpendicular. They don't have to be. They can be anything you want. Okay? So realize that. Okay? All right, last step. Yes. Yeah. Nope, I don't care. You can do it any way you want. This is the slope formula. This is the rise or run formula. I don't care which way you do it. You just got to give me 3 slopes. Okay? It works the same way either way you do it. Okay? Allie, you okay with that? I don't care which method you use. Use the one you like. Okay? All right. Last step. Okay. Okay. All right. So here we got. We have a line. Okay. This now the really nice thing about this is in slope-intercept form. So what's the slope of this line? Okay. Okay, guys. This is the old line. Remember that. I'm going to write a new equation. So find an equation. If we want a new equation that is parallel to the old equation. Therefore, it's parallel. What slope does it have to have? The same exact slope. So we're going to use that slope, and we're going to use this point. We're going to write an equation. Okay? Now, shh. Hey, it does not say what format they want the equation in. So what format would you like to start with? Which is the easy one? Yeah, you're right. We're going to put this in point slope. So we're going to put it in this format. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, here we go. Ready? Writing the equation. Y. The y coordinate is a positive 5, so I put in my equation as negative 5. Remember, they always change those signs going in and out. Equals. So what slope we're going to use? Okay? x. My x is negative 7, so I put it in as plus 7, and you're done. Now, it's going to get a lot easier right now, okay? As soon as you be quiet, so you listen up. Okay. Now they want me to write an equation that's perpendicular to that, and they give me the exact same points to use. Okay? So writing the second equation is going to be really easy. Because everything's going to stay the same except the slope. Because I'm going perpendicular, what slope am I going to use? Negative 5 halves. So I'm going to use negative 5 over 2. I'm going to write the same exact equation. So everything stays the same except the slope. Guys, what are you yapping over there? Are you done? Okay. Guys, because they give me the exact same point, these two pieces are going to stay exactly the same. This will not change. All it's going to change is my slope. So the second equation is even easier than the first equation. Okay? This stays exactly the same. We change and put a different slope in there. And this part stays exactly the same also. Okay? Because they gave us the same exact point. So it didn't change. Okay? Okay.